Their ice cream is so good, bachbahak, and like it's so creamy and just so good. And then you mix it with their juice, and their juice is so good. Like it's thick. It doesn't have pulp, it's just like nectar. And so you put that with your like ice cream and you mix it, and you just make this deliciousness. I don't even know how to describe it. Summers are the best because ice cream's so cheap, but you just like walk around outside, and then when you're hungry you just buy an ice cream bar and eat it and keep walking, and you go buy more ice cream. It's so good. But sorry, back to the restaurants, but I've been to one, and a lot of the restaurants are like Middle Eastern restaurants, so they have like Greek food or like different stuff, but it pretty much has the same. I went to Glendale recently, which is like one of the capitals for Armenia. They have like probably about 1 million Armenians there who live there in California, and so they have restaurants there, but the best way is to make it yourself. Just like learn. I haven't been to a really good restaurant yet with good Armenian food and stuff, unless you're there, then eat all you want because it's super good. You can buy popok, which is a walnut, and what they do is they soak it in water. So they take the walnuts and they're green, and then they peel them, and they have to make sure they're soft enough, so they stick a stick in them to make sure like their shell hasn't formed yet. And so then they stick them in water, and in the water they like get bigger, and then the water turns brown, and they keep changing out the water. The faster you change out the water when it turns brown, the quicker that you can make this. So it takes about like a couple weeks. And so after you put the walnuts in there and the water's clear, then they put it in sugar water with cloves and spices, and they boil it. And it's so good. And at the end you have this juice that's so good in these little black round balls that are just the walnuts that have been soaked in water and everything. And they were my favorite thing to eat. My favorite. So addicting. Like I didn't buy them that much over there because I would eat a ton of them. So that's really good. And the last thing is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's they put walnuts or different nuts and they string them through. And so it's a long string of walnuts, and then they dip it in this jelly, and they keep dipping it till all the walnuts covered. And so it's this walnut covered in jelly. It's like, we call it the healthy Snickers. That's what all the Americans say, because it's really good. That's like one of my other favorite things to eat. The milk there is kind of, you have to buy Russian milk or it tastes like cow. But the food is so good over there, and you'll find little chocolates. Just try little things. Every time I go to the store, I would just feel like, oh, I haven't had this yet, I'll try this. And it was either like a miss or a hit. And that's one way to be accepting of the people there too. When they give you food, try what they give you. Don't be one of those people that are like, oh, I'm not quite sure. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. Oh, and there's this nasty drink called Ton. Oh, I just remember a flood of memories. I've talked about this. So it's this stuff called matsoon, which is like kind of like rotten milk. It's kind of like yogurt, like Greek yogurt, but more. I don't know how to explain it. And they put water with it, and then they put salt in it. And it's just, some people really like it, and it's good for your digestive system. But it is one of the nastiest things I've ever eaten in my life. It's just salty. They'll just chug it. All Armenians will just drink and drink and drink it. And they'll ask you if you want homemade ton, and that's kind of gets sketch after a while. But it's an adventure. Just keep trying stuff, because that's when it gets fun. That's when you are accepting of people's culture, which is really important on a mission.